Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Ring Report. As you see right here, we got a lot of matches coming up. As you see, The Miz taking on Dexter Lumis. If Dexter Lumis wins his match, he earns himself a WWE contract. If Dexter Lumis overtopped The Miz, we'll find out. As well as the man, Becky Lynch, makes her return to Raw. She kicks off Raw. What does Becky Lynch have to say after last weekend's Survivor Series, which was a banger? Survivor Series was that. And Becky Lynch comes back after her team with Bianca Belair emerged victorious at Survivor Series. We'll get to that. Plus, too, we talk about this. Jey Uso and Sami Zayn embracing each other at Survivor Series. And there was a little mistrust once at the end. We'll talk about that coming up. A lot going on, including what's going on with this Ronda Rousey being on Twitter. We'll tell you what's going on with her being on Twitter. All this more on the Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Once again, thank you all for watching. What a Pro Wrestling Show it has been thus far. From the Raw Ring Report. But first thing first, join in that conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe and Karen. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Yes. Like I said, this has been a momentous Raw. We're gonna kick Raw off with this. Becky Lynch, the man, returns after a 4-month absence since SummerSlam. Becky Lynch returns to the red brand to call out Damage Control. Becky Lynch in all her glory. The man is back. The man looking better than ever. Becky Lynch did impressive this past weekend at Survivor Series when she was the fifth woman in Team Bianca's versus Team Damage Control at Survivor Series. And we found out that was the end result where Becky Lynch did that monumental leg drop to the tables. And Becky Lynch's team and with Bianca Belair wins, Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair move on forward to what's ahead of them coming up. So Becky Lynch kicked off the show. Becky Lynch normally does what she wants to do, any damn thing she wants to do. And Becky Lynch kicked off the show with ease. I think Becky Lynch trying to make a point that she's coming back for Damage Control some way, somehow. Even Becky Lynch went through the crowd to give the crowd an homage until she got confronted by Bayley. Bayley confronted Becky Lynch. I think it's far from over from Bayley and Becky Lynch. But the fight didn't stop there. These two women beat the hell out of each other, Damage Control and Bayley and Becky Lynch. I think Becky Lynch won't take on all of them if she had her way. But Becky Lynch coming back versatily stronger than ever. With Bayley coming for Becky Lynch. I don't know what does this mean going forward. I think it was just an all-out brawl, if you ask me. And it was that all-out brawl. Speaking of women's action, we kicked off with remnants of Survivor Series. Mia Yim takes on Rhea Ripley one-on-one. Mia Yim and Rhea Ripley, they did battle at War Games, and what War Games it was. Mia Yim and Rhea Ripley. But eventually, it turned out to be a Donnybrook brawl. Eventually, that all of their factions came out and could have had done a traditional Survivor Series match. Well, it was a 4-person tag team match. The Judgment Day takes on the Club, and what a match that was between these two factions. At the end, Rhea Ripley got the win with the Riptide to defeat Mia Yim, leaving her out. The Judgment Day wins again and victorious with Rhea Ripley, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Dominic Mysterio being victorious as they was this past week on Survivor Series. when AJ Styles won his match. Speaking of that, the new United States champion, Austin Theory, made an appearance. New look, new attitude, new, not no briefcase no more. Well, Austin Theory made it clear, made a point that he's no kid no more. Austin Theory is tired. The folk call him a kid, and Austin Theory, and Seth Rollins, as a Theory barely escaped that Survivor Series with the United States Championship in tow. So Theory barely escaped until Seth Rollins appeared in some wacky daddle outfit. Seth Rollins appearing in that outfit or whatever Seth Rollins want to call it. Came in, a lot of people saying he dressed like Nikki Bella. Lord have mercy. Well, anyway, Seth Rollins wants the opportunity at a rematch against the United States Championship, but Theory putting it online. Theory told him he'll put it online on his terms. He don't want to be called kid, so we're looking forward to Seth Rollins and Theory having a match down the road probably on Raw or somewhere down the line. So we'll have to wait and see. But Seth Rollins putting out the gauntlet. We'll have to wait and see. Speaking of returns, tonight returns for the former tag team champions, the Street Profits, returned. They looked impressive. They beat American Alpha 1-2-3 to get the win. The Street Profits are back. The Street Profits are looking to attack one way or another. The Street Profits win their match over American Alpha and you win. So Street Profits are that back in attack. Say that right now. The Street Profits. Also, too, Candice LeRae returned. Candice LeRae back. She defeated Dakota Kai in a match, so good for Candice LeRae. She's back on top again. How that goes. Also, too, let's see. We tell you this. The Bloodline with Sami Zayn arrived into the building. The Bloodline is back. Jimmy, Jay, Solo, and Sammy, after Jay and Sammy squashed their beef at Survivor Series, they had a cool, so they don't have no beef. After what had happened this past week at Survivor Series, when Sammy offered Jay the opportunity to defeat Kevin Owens to get the win, and Kevin Owens had his match, but you can tell right here this was the betrayal. Kevin Owens done it before, and now Sammy was doing it to KO. That's what KO did to him a couple a decade ago, couple of decades ago. I mean years and however that may be. So like I said, we can tell. Only thing we can tell you is Kevin Owens is not far from done with the Bloodline. The Bloodline wants the opportunity. KO may get an opportunity down the road. We probably hearing rumors right now that KO could get a shot at the Royal Rumble for the championship. Again, this will be the third time. This will be since 2017, 2021, and could be 2023 again. But like I said, we could see that, and the Sami Zayn Usos storyline is continue to grow and having people on the universe very interested in the story, where Sami Zayn helped the Bloodline win their match after Roman Reigns came forward with Sami and asked him, "Are you with us? Are you against us?" And Sami couldn't pinpoint out what he wanted to say, but he did say that he's with them. He had to prove his loyalties, and he did so with what he did. So hey, we'll have to wait and see on that. But we'll talk about it a little bit later. Also, too, Dexter Lumis wins his match and wins the contract on Raw by defeating The Miz, and he did so by defeating The Miz. Miz was trying to offer bribes to Dexter Lumis until Dexter Lumis couldn't take it no more, and now The Miz went against Dexter Lumis, and he has lost. Dexter Lumis is now officially a WWE superstar. So congratulations to Dexter Lumis on that. We talked about it about And we talked about with Sami Zayn what his legion was on the line. And the Jay took on Kevin Owens in a match. Jay took on Kevin Owens in an important match that a lot of people are still talking about, buzzing about at the end and stuff. But theories didn't come to fruition. It didn't come to fruition indeed for Jay. That Jay got stunned by Kevin Owens in the end of that match. So hey, it is what it is. Also, too, honorable mentions as well as we saw Mia Yim body slam Finn Balor and gave him a slam to him to remember. So you know how that went and go. So hey. All right, that ends the Raw Ring Report. We're gonna move quickly. We're gonna move quickly to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, Ronda Rousey has been news of late, and a lot of people are seeing this right here. I saw this earlier. Fire trending, fire Ronda Rousey, and I've been pondering to death like, what did she do? A lot of people talking about it could either be the Sasha Banks situation, or it could be the match that she had with Shotzi that she botched it and didn't make it look good. That it wasn't it. Or Ronda post appeared before it got tweeted. She tweeted and then it got deleted. Ronda said, "Keep chanting her name all you want in my matches. It won't change the fact that I'm still here while she ran away." Oh, I'm assuming she's talking about Sasha Banks. So I don't know what's going on with that. How this all panned out with Ronda Rousey with Sasha Banks. We don't know. Only thing I know is it was just madness. I'll say that. Ronda Rousey did have a match at Survivor Series. She won her match over Shotzi. So you know how that went and how that goes. So hey, it is what it is. Also, too, Andrade Ego been reporting what's been happening to him. He had tore pectoral muscle. So Andrade not coming to WWE, not coming to AEW. A lot of people thought he was suspended, which he was, but now we know that Andrade has been injured with a torn pec. Andrade and his wife Charlotte, you know, the best. Andrade said, "My first surgery, I can't believe this happened. A few months ago, I tore my pectoral muscle. Thank God I could and won't finish my match. I kept working because I love the business, but man, you don't know the value of your effort. These days off, I took the opportunity to go to the doctor. So Andrade had torn pectoral muscle, so he wished the party a speedy, long recovery. Let's say that." Also, too, Bianca Belair did an interview with on Raw, and Alexa Bliss was acting a little bit crazier than normal. Alexa Bliss could be next challenging Bianca for the championship one way down the line. So we know that for a fact. Also, too, we've been hearing reports that Kevin Owens and got heat from Roman Reigns for botching a spot. Whatever that spot was, Roman Reigns didn't appreciate it. So we know Roman Reigns may get Kevin Owens down the road, some way down, however, probably at Royal Rumble. Look, over a spot. And finally, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat competed in a match in a six-man tag with FTR, won his match. Congratulations to Ricky Dragon Steamboat coming out of retirement just for hopefully for one match only. And don't bring Ric Flair out once again. We heard that WWE is doing a tryout seminar, whatever that may be. So we're hearing that the tryout seminar coming soon. So hey, this is what it is. Speaking of FTR, we talked about Dex will take on Daniel Bryan first time ever. That should be a barn burner. Two wrestlers battling out in the ring, a tag team specialist against a world championship specialist. Two technical wrestlers, technically sound, technically speeded, brawlers, you can name it, out the go. and they're gonna go this Wednesday on Dynamite. And I'm looking forward to seeing that match this week. All right, we're gonna end that right now with the Raw Ring report. We're gonna end it with Kevin Owens getting a little revenge from Sami Zayn and Jey Uso at what they did at Survivor Series. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I've been your host, Kendrick Dixon, so long, and thank you for watching.